How do you know what club to choose when you're around the green? It's one of the most difficult things to know, and there's a few different clubs to choose from. You've got all your wedges, sometimes as many as 4. You could chip and run with an 8 iron, you can putt. So there's lots of choices around the green. So today what I want to do is simplify that process down for you so you know what club to choose. We're going to do a little bit of experimenting and give you some understanding of what to do when you're choosing a club around the green. If this is your first time to the ALPG Golf channel, welcome and thank you for being here. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell, and then you get all of our videos straight into your inbox, and we can really help your golf game. So let's get started on what club to choose when you're around the green. So I've chosen a fairly basic chipping or pitching shot here. The pin's in the middle of the green. We've got plenty of green to work with. It's just straightforward sort of pitching onto the green shot. I've got 7 balls and I've got my 7 clubs that I might choose from, generally speaking, around the green. I've got a putter. Then I've got an 8 iron for a chip and run, a 9 iron for similar sort of a chip and run shot, pitching wedge, sand wedge and lob wedge. We're going to have a go with each one and basically see what happens to the ball. So let's start with a putter. Now I would personally say this is a little bit too far off to putt, but if you're not particularly confident chipping or pitching, then you could use your putter here. You're going to need a fairly decent length stroke on your putter to get it up to the hole there. And I would probably suggest this is not your ideal. Yes, you can see it's kind of bumbled through the grass there and it hasn't got all the way up there. So that was the putter. Let's have a go now with the 8 iron chip and run. So with the 8 iron chip and run, generally speaking, this will carry about 1/3 of the way and run about 2/3 of the way. So this, to me, is a pretty good option here. Just a little stroke back and through, brushing the grass under the ball. We're going to land it about 1/3 and let it run the rest of the way. That's not a bad result there with our 8 iron. Let's try the 9. A similar type of shot that you'd be looking to play as we did with the 8. A little bit of a running shot. You might need to carry this a bit further up to get it to stop close to the pin. You can see it lifts up a little bit higher than the 8 did and doesn't run quite so far. So that's your 9. Again, pretty good result there. Now for our pitching wedge, this is your sort of bread and butter club for chipping and pitching around the green. This is a good choice as well. Again, this is going to carry a little bit further again than the 9 and not run so much. So you might be looking at about halfway to land, halfway to roll it. I've just tossed that up a little bit too far, but it's not too bad. So for the sand wedge, generally this is to lift the ball up and over something and stop it reasonably quick, which we don't need to do here. So to my mind, this is not the best club, but let's have a go and see what happens with it anyway. We're going to have to toss it up quite a bit further. It's not too bad, but it's a bit more difficult to judge just how far up you want to carry it and just how much stop you're going to get. Because you're putting a bit of spin on the ball, it can be a little bit irregular and a bit hard to judge. All right, let's have a go with the lob wedge. All right, now for our final go, our lob wedge has the most loft of all of our clubs. We need the biggest swing, it's going to carry the furthest and it's going to stop the quickest. So again, great for up and over a bunker, or you want to stop the ball quick because the pin's at the front. Not necessarily great for this shot, but let's give it a try. Again, working out just how far to toss it up is the challenge with this club. You can see how high that one went and how it stopped reasonably quickly. So out of the results there, you can see where the balls are. The worst performer was the putter, because I had to try and negotiate through all of this grass. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think the best results were the 8 and the 9 and even the pitching wedge, those sort of middle ones where you're semi-running it, so lifting it a bit but running it a little bit as well. So have a go yourself. This is a fantastic little exercise that you can do. Take 7 balls, take 7 clubs, or whatever number of clubs that you tend to chip and run with. Have a go, test it out for yourself. It's a really great exercise for you to get an understanding of what your clubs do around the green. I highly recommend this as a way to get familiar with what your clubs do, get some confidence, work out for yourself what you like to use, what works for you, and spend a bit of time on it. It's like anything, you will get the benefit from doing it. So good luck with your chipping and pitching, and hopefully this has helped you to know what clubs to choose around the green.